Mom, where are you? Me and Dad are really hungry. Can you make dinner? Sorry, honey, I'm at the hospital right now. The doctor just told me that I'm going to have to be hospitalized starting today. What? Why? I broke my arm. It's completely shattered, and they told me that I won't be able to move around for a while. You broke your arm? Doing what? How could you, a stay-at-home wife, break your arm? You know, half of this is your fault. What do you mean it's my fault? You shattered a glass cup this morning, didn't you? You know, my favorite cup? Oh yeah, it slipped right out of my hand. I forgot to tell you. You know, water got all over my school uniform and I had to dry it off before going to school. I was almost late because of that. Well, why didn't you clean it up afterward? I stepped on a shard of glass that you left on the floor and cut my foot. Really? Yes. Do you know how dangerous it is to leave a whole floor full of glass shards? But I mean, it is your job to clean up those things. You're a stay-at-home mom. So you have to do all of the housework for me and Dad. What did you just say? And what do you plan to do when I try to clean it up after and I accidentally cut my finger or something? Are you going to watch your precious daughter get hurt like that? So you want me to cut up the bottom of my foot instead? I didn't expect there to be glass, so I stepped directly onto a pool of glass. Then I jumped back because it hurt so much and your father's skateboard was right there. Ended up falling down the whole flight of stairs. You both caused this injury. Wow, do you have it on tape? I'm sure it would go viral if we posted on social media. Stop laughing! I'm injured because of you! I'm in a hospital, for God's sakes! Come on, Mom. Don't blame it all on us. You're the one who was too clumsy to stay on your feet. Who shatters their arm because of a stupid reason like that? What do you mean? And you're overreacting. Why would you need to be hospitalized because of a broken bone? Just come home already. I'm hungry. Your adorable daughter is waiting for her supper. You're gonna make me cook with a right arm like this. Why don't you at least act like you're worried for me? Whatever. I'm done arguing with you. We'll order some delivery. I'll make sure to keep the receipt, so make sure to pay me after you come home. You can stay there for tonight, but come home by tomorrow night so you can cook.
Sarah! Where the hell are you? It's been 3 days already. Come home and do the housework right now.
Do you really think a broken bone is going to fix itself in 3 days? I'm not going to be home for another few months. I did some blood work and the doctor told me that some numbers are off due to overworking. They said that I'll need to stay in the hospital for about another month.
What? Do you think you could just abandon the house for a whole month? I do my job by paying the bills in this household. You do yours. I don't want to hear any excuses. Get your butt home right now.
I'm not making excuses. I'm just telling you what the doctor said that I needed to do. I can't leave until I know that I'm all better, so could you please do the housework while I'm gone?
You shut your mouth. The house is getting dirtier by the minute and the laundry isn't going to wash itself. Do whatever you need to convince the doctor and come home this instant.
Are you hearing yourself? You're not a baby, Charles. You know how to do the laundry, and I'm too injured to move.
What did you just say to me? Did you just call me a child? After everything I do for you, you act like that to me? Can't you show a bit of respect for your man?
Is time to heal my injuries really too much to ask for? I even told you multiple times that I needed you to put your skateboard away because someone was going to trip on it. But you ignored me when I asked you, and here I am with a broken leg. It's not my fault that I'm stuck in a hospital bed, honey.
Shut up. You live off my hard-earned money. And if you want to leave the house and get hospitalized, then why don't you teach your daughter how to do the housework? She doesn't know how to do crap around the house. Do your job as a mother and a wife.
Why are you blaming me for our daughter not knowing how to do chores? I tried to teach her multiple times and you stopped me.
Oh wow, it's my fault?
Yes, it is. I tried to teach our daughter and you told me not to slack off by making our daughter do the housework. Thanks to that, she started treating me like a maid. It's your fault that she turned out to be incapable of doing these things on her own.
I don't remember saying any of that to you or her. Stop blaming me for your own incapabilities as a mother.
And here you are blaming me for something that isn't my fault again. Why don't you take this time as an opportunity to learn how to do the housework? That way, if an emergency like this ever happens again, you'll know what to do. You two need to become competent and at least sustaining your lives without me for a week.
Are you serious? Why the hell would I have to do that? My job is to earn money so that everyone can live a happy life, and this is yours. There wouldn't be anything to argue about if you would just come home and do your job already.
Are you trying to tell me that you want me to do all the housework that I usually do with a broken arm and a cut-up foot?
That's exactly what I'm telling you to do. Wake up before the man of the house and go to sleep after him. That's how things should be. Scrub the floors until I can see my reflection on them. And I swear, if you try to slack off even a bit, don't forget to take care of the garden too. I don't want any vegetables other than the homemade organic ones. You signed up for this when you married me, so you better get the job done.
I barely get by doing all of those things when I'm healthy. Do you really think that there's even the slightest possibility that I'll be able to manage to do everything as usual with injuries like this?
I'm done talking with you. If you can't come home today, come home as soon as possible. And if you keep wasting my time with your nonsense, don't expect to have a home to come back to.
Charles, what the hell is this? I just got home from the hospital. Why are there divorce papers on the dining table?
Oh, you're finally home. Well, I need you to sign those papers and turn them in for me. Me and Lisa are already living in a different house.
You haven't answered my question. I asked why. Why would I need to sign these papers?
I warned you a month ago that if you don't come back from the hospital as soon as possible, then you won't have a home to come back to.
Wait, so you're telling me that you want to get divorced because I was hospitalized for a month?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. I would have reconsidered it if you'd come home right away after I warned you, but you chose to stay in a hospital. So this is what you get. I don't need a wife who leaves her family for a whole month while they're struggling without her.
I was only gone for 1 month. What kind of nonsense is this? And what gives you the right to take our daughter with you?
Please just shut up. I already have an idea of who I'm going to marry next, so I don't need you anymore. She's waiting for me to propose to her, so hurry up and sign the papers already. I don't need you anymore.
Wait, what do you mean you have an idea of who you're marrying next?
During the month that you weren't there, Lisa and I had a discussion and came to a conclusion that we don't need a wife and a mother who can't even do her job. So we decided we should get started on finding a new one.
What the hell?
And we actually found the perfect one. A mother and a wife who's younger and prettier than you, who we don't have to worry about leaving to get hospitalized. She's also better than you at doing housework. Even Lisa said that she's happy to have a mother who's so beautiful and perfect. She even calls her mom now. The three of us are already living together in our new house.
You've got to be kidding me. You cheated on me while I was hospitalized because I got injured? And now you just replace me with her like I never existed?
Oh, come on. Don't get so worked up. The only reason that we had to resort to this is because you abandoned us first. You basically set me up to cheat on you.
What do you mean?
Look, the only person that you have to blame for all of this is yourself. You chose not to do the housework that you were supposed to do, and you lost your job. I don't think anyone will be willing to take in someone like you, but good luck finding a place to stay at.
Whatever, I never planned on coming home anyways.
What?
I understand what you two have to say. Alright then, I'll sign the papers and turn them in right now.
Really? I thought you would be a bit more unwilling. Isn't this where you're supposed to beg me not to leave you?
I told you I never planned to go home anyways. Why would I ever want to go back to being harassed by two idiots like you? I was going to bring up divorce when I got home anyways. This just saves me time. I just finished signing the papers, so I'll go turn them in right now.
What? What do you mean you were planning on bringing up the divorce when you came home? You're saying that you would have divorced me anyways?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Why?
What do you mean by why? I don't need a husband who attacks his own wife for getting injured. I had a lot of time to think about everything alone, and I came to this conclusion. That's why I would have brought it up as soon as I came home anyways.
What?
Yeah, but you saved me the hassle of convincing you, so thank you. Oh, and also, thank you for leaving proof that you were cheating on me. I'll be suing you for this, which means more money for me. Compensation's on top of half of your assets. I'm gonna be so rich after this.
What do you mean you'll be suing me? It's not like I wanted to cheat on you. I only cheated on you because you left me alone for a whole month. You'll never be able to convince the judge that it's worth compensation.
You're joking, right? Do you think you'll win this case because the reason you cheated was I was left for a month to fix a broken bone? Are you stupid? No matter what the reason, cheating is still cheating. I'll be sure to collect every single penny from you. And if you still have anything to say, make sure to contact me through my lawyer. I'll be hiring one to sue you on this case.
You're hiring a lawyer?
Of course I am. I never want to see you again, even for this procedure. I just took a look around, but this dirty house is full of evidence of cheating.
What?
You have a habit of sticking receipts into your pocket instead of throwing them away, don't you? Oh my, you two must have had an amazing time at a nice restaurant. And a hotel, already. Well, I'll be handing all of these to my lawyer, so good luck getting away with this.
Come on, Sarah.
Oh, and you left your watch collection here too. I'll be sure to take good care of it all.
Wait, no, I didn't leave it there intentionally. I just couldn't find any of my watches because the house was so messy.
Of course you couldn't. I always cleaned up after the two of you. How can someone like you have possibly found anything in this mess of a house?
Give them back to me right now. I bought all of those with my own money. They're mine.
No, Charles, they're our shared assets, which means they're also mine. I won't be returning them until the court case is over and what I get is ruled.
What?
Well, that's that. And make sure to tell me where your new address is later. I'll send my lawyer right away and we'll have a meeting about everything.
Shut up! I'll never tell you.
Well, then I guess I'll keep these watches that are worth years of your hard work. I can't wait to put them up for auction and see how high they'll go.
What?
If you want to keep at least half of it instead of losing it all, then send me your new address. Mom! What did you do? Why is so much of Dad's savings gone? He told me when we left the house that he had well over $100,000 in savings. Sorry, honey. Over half of everything that he used to have is mine now because we got divorced and he cheated on me in the process. I'm sure your father's struggling to get by now, but I wish the three of you a happy life together. How are we supposed to live a happy life with barely enough for anything? Dad even said that he got demoted at work, and now we barely have any savings. I had to give up on my dream college because we didn't have enough money left to pay for the tuition. Oh no, your father got demoted at work? Stop acting surprised when you're the one who was behind it. You leaked that he cheated on you to his company. He was forced to be demoted because of you. I mean, he did what he did, so what's so wrong with telling the truth? Who would have thought that the woman he cheated on me with was a coworker at work? None of that would have happened if she had just given in and paid her portion of the compensation. She kept ignoring my calls and letters, so I had no choice but to reach out to her company. I hate you. Dad got demoted and Molly got fired because of you. Oh wow, I didn't know that the other woman was fired. But look on the bright side, you always wanted an obedient housewife who you could treat like a maid. I don't need a maid who doesn't know how to do anything around the house. I can't believe how useless she is. What? I heard that she was great at cooking and that she was beautiful. That was all a lie. She doesn't know how to cook a single dish. She just bought things from the store and acted like she cooked for us. And we thought that she was good at cleaning, but it turned out that she was just stuffing everything into a closet. She's not nearly as good at cleaning and cooking as you, Mom. Oh, really? Yeah, so I decided that I want to live with you instead of Dad. I don't want to spend another day with him and Molly. It's driving me crazy. What? Yeah, and it's a good deal on your part, too, because you can make him pay child support to you. You're greedy enough to take him for more than half of everything from Dad. You'll take me in to get paid even more, right? Why would I take you in? And you can stop calling me Mom. Call me Sarah from now on. What? I don't want a daughter who won't even worry about me when I'm being hospitalized after getting injured. I changed the keys to all the locks. You won't be able to come inside anymore. What do you mean you don't want me? I'm your own daughter. You treated your own mother in a way that made her not want to take you in. This is all your own fault. Farewell, Lisa.
Hey, Sarah. I was wondering, is there any chance that we could get back together?
What?
You heard everything from Lisa already, haven't you? Molly tricked us into thinking she could replace you, but it was all a lie. and she wasn't even close to what we thought she was. And we both realized how important you were to us.
Too late. I have no intention of becoming a family with the two of you anymore. Even if you were going to break up with Molly, you're going to have to live alone with Lisa from now on.
Come on, don't be like that. It's been a while since we split. Aren't you starting to realize how difficult it is to live all on your own?
What?
Yeah, I mean, you're probably struggling to find a job with a resume like that, aren't you? The only workplace experience that you have is kitchen. No matter how much money you took from me, you can't go on unemployed forever, can you? I got demoted, but I still have a strong feeling that I can make it back up that ladder. My company just put me in as a member of a big project. I'm sure they'll promote me again if this goes well.
Congratulations on that. But you don't have to worry about me. I've already found a new job for myself, and I'm not struggling to get by at all.
What? You already found a job?
Yeah, I work as a maid now. I can use my knowledge and skills in a workplace like this.
Oh, so you're a maid now. So you are barely getting by, right? Well, then you don't have to act tough. I get it. You have a job. Can we just get back together?
I'm not acting tough at all. I get paid a salary and tips, so I make about $2,500 a month.
$2,500? You make the same amount as me!
Oh, that's how much you make now?
Why would a maid be paid so much each month? All you do is cook and clean, right? That's not fair.
I mean, the customers want a maid who can do the job really well, that badly. And they're all people who've been through hard times and understand how difficult it is to do things like scrubbing floors. That's why they're generous with the amount they pay me.
Really?
Yes, I clean a mansion every day and it's amazing. They liked how I did my job, so they made me their personal maid. I've been told that if I keep up the good work, they plan to give me raises periodically. It's like my dream come true.
But...
Of course I won't get full of myself and will study and get some certificates so that I can find another job whenever things go sideways. Anyways, I'm doing amazingly on my own, so you have nothing to worry about. I'll never ever get back together with you.
Do you hate us that much?
Yes, but I do hope that you and your new family get along well. After all, she's the reason you were able to realize how important I was to you, so treat her well. Well then, let's both enjoy the new chapters of our lives. After that, neither my daughter nor ex-husband ever reached out to me again. However, I heard rumors that the new wife is still horrible at housework. Apparently, the only meals that they ever have together are bought food. As a result, Charles was diagnosed with diabetes and is now spending his days in a hospital. Lisa's been acting like a victim towards her friends at school, but nobody looked convinced since she would always say condescending things about me even at school. They even concluded that she harassed me so badly that I had to leave and that they didn't want to be friends with her anymore.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Hey, Jerry, where are you right now? You need to pick up the phone or at least send me a message telling me where you are right now. I mean, don't you remember that we were supposed to introduce our families to each other today? I thought I told you that this was really important and that you can't be late to this.
Oh, wait. You mean today was the day that we were supposed to bring both our families to the same place so that they could all meet each other for the first time since you and I are going to be getting married now that you and I are engaged?
That's right, we even talked about all of this yesterday, didn't we? I told you that I had arranged for it to happen today around lunch. Don't you understand how important this is for us as a couple? This is when our parents are supposed to meet for the first time now that you and I are engaged to be married. I mean, both of our sets of parents are here already. We're at the French restaurant where I made the reservations that I told you about yesterday, too.
Oh, I see. Well, shoot, I really am so sorry about this, Lisa. But I'm afraid I just won't be able to make it there today to meet everyone. So anyways, really sorry about that, but if you could tell everyone that we'll do this later, that would be great. Thanks a lot, Lisa.
Wait, what? What do you mean that you're not going to be able to make it to the reservations that I made for our parents to be able to meet for the first time? You really think this was something so easy to put together that we can just do it another time or something like that?
Look, I really don't want to have to be dealing with all of this right now, okay? I mean, I literally just woke up right now. I guess I drank more than I really thought last night, and I ended up sleeping in quite a bit. So anyways, I'm really hungover and don't need this from you right now.
Hold on a second. You were drinking last night and you drank so much that you slept in this late and are now hungover? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, that's right. My boss invited some people from the office out to grab a couple of drinks. So that is who I was going out to drink with last night when I ended up drinking too much. I mean, you can understand the situation that I was in when that happened, right? You can't just tell your boss that you don't want to go out drink with him, right? But anyways, my boss is also a really strong drinker, so I guess he must have been pouring me drinks, or maybe I was just trying to keep up. I really don't remember it all at this point. But anyways, all of that is to say that this is why I'm only waking up now, around noon today, hungover from drinking yesterday.
You have got to be kidding me. I really just can't believe that you would do something like this, Jerry. I mean, how could you do this to me on the day when our families were supposed to meet for the first time since you and I got engaged to be married to each other?
Well, I really don't know what else you want me to say. My head is pounding, my body is sore, and I'm just not going to be able to make it down there. And so anyways, like I said earlier in a message that you read, if you just scroll up a little bit, could you please tell everyone that we will just have to do this thing at another time when I'm feeling better and not so hungover from drinking the night before?
You really think that I can just tell that to both our parents and that they'll be fine with it? You do know that my parents had to fly across the country just to be here for this, right? And now you're telling me to tell them that they won't be able to meet my fiancé because he got too drunk last night and can't make it?
I mean, I don't know what else you would tell them. After all, it is the truth, isn't it? Besides, do you really think that your parents would want to meet me in the state that I'm in right now?
Well, the least you could do is come to the restaurant where we're all waiting for you and apologize to everyone for wasting their time today. So hurry up, wash the smell of booze off yourself, and get over here right now, Jerry.
Lisa, come on. You can't really be serious, right? Do you really want me to do something like that?
I mean, I really don't care if you come over here smelling like all the booze you drank. The least you could do is explain to our parents why you weren't able to be here at the time we all agreed to meet. You need to tell them yourself because I am not going to cover for you when you behave like this.
Oh, come on. You know I can't do that. That would be so embarrassing. Besides, if I showed up there late and smelling like booze and apologizing for wasting everyone's time, that would make a terrible impression. You really think that I'm just going to willingly walk into a trap like that? No way.
So then you're really just not going to show up at all? You're just going to make us all wait here?
And if I am, what are you going to do about it, huh? It's not like you're just going to not marry me. But you really did have me going, asking me to go all the way over there just to apologize to our parents? Although, to get more serious, you should really know better if you're going to marry me. I can't have a wife who acts the way that you're acting today.
Excuse me? Did you really just send that message? Who do you think you are, and what do you think gives you the right to say that?
The right? What are you talking about? I have all the power here. We both know that canceling our engagement will put you in more trouble than it would me. I mean, you're already in your mid-30s, aren't you? Do you really think that anyone but me would marry you at this point? You really ought to consider yourself lucky that a young man like me wants anything to do with you at all in the first place. But I also know that you don't have any better options than me.
Do you really believe that? Please tell me that is not how you think of our relationship. That is just too much.
There you go again, thinking that you can whine and complain to me when I'm already doing you a favor by marrying you. Like I said, you need to wake up and realize where you stand with all of this. And that includes right now. So just drop all this business about missing today. If I have to hear about this again, I really will call off our engagement and nobody is ever going to want to marry you again. Got it?
Please, Jerry, don't you think that you're taking this just a little too far right now?
Oh, trust me. It's not that I don't see why I'm in the wrong for being too drunk to attend our parents' first time meeting each other. But I'm telling you that I'm just in no shape to go, and that is that. So anyways, like I have said twice now in messages that you can see if you, again, scroll up in this conversation that we have been having right now, I will have to ask you to tell our parents that we will have to do this at another time. Surely they can understand that humans forget stuff from time to time and that being a little late or missing a date here and there isn't the end of the world.
I can tell them that if you really want me to, but I don't think it's going to go the way that you think it will.
Yeah, right. I know what I'm talking about. Please don't try and question my decision making. I mean, do you really think that I'll go on to regret missing one little lunch reservation? Anyways, I'm still pretty beat, so I think I'm going to catch up on my beauty sleep right now. So anyways, tell our parents that I said hi and that I'm sorry I won't be able to make it. I have been furious about what happened ever since last night. This really is just absolutely ridiculous. I can't accept it. I refuse to.
I know, Dad, and I really am so sorry about yesterday. I know that you and Mom came all the way from Washington just to be here. And now the lunch reservations, the meetup, the talking about the wedding, it's all going to have to be put off now.
And it's all thanks to that man of yours. Just what in the world was he thinking? I mean, did he seriously think that him being hungover was an acceptable excuse for missing something like this? Did he think that that wouldn't make him look awful in our eyes? I think anyone can love whoever they want to love within reason. But I really just can't see what you see in this man if this is the way that he behaves, Lisa. Did you know that Jerry hasn't even sent us a message or called us to apologize for his last-minute cancellation at lunch yesterday?
Well, I'm sure he's just feeling really bad and can't get to his phone right now to send anything. I guess he ended up going out with his boss, who is a bit of a drinker, so I think that he was having a really long night the other day.
Hey, I get that. I've been there. But there's a time to mess around and drink and get so hungover that you sleep half the day away. There are other times when your parents and future in-laws get together to meet for the first time. That any responsible adult would realize is really important. I didn't know if his parents raised him differently, but he can't just do whatever he wants and thinks that he can get away with it or that nobody will care. He's acting like a complete ass. And you know, I've heard the way that he talks to you too. He makes fun of you for being older all the time and teases you about not being able to find anyone else who will marry you. But what kind of way is that for a man to talk to his future wife? It's just horrible. It's completely disrespectful.
I know, Dad. I just didn't think that that's how we would act around me after he and I got engaged to each other.
But that's not it. He probably didn't even realize that we weren't just all about to go home or something. We sat through lunch waiting for him, ate our food, ordered drinks, and he still didn't have the nerve to show up or offer to pay you back with a meal.
Right, well, originally when we made the plan, we said that we were going to be splitting the bill for all the food. But I guess since he never showed up, that's how I ended up having to pay for all of the food and drinks that we ordered while waiting for him to show up.
This really is just unacceptable. And why are you defending him? Why aren't you more upset with the fact that your fiancé has been treating you like this? I really don't know how I would react if someone who I was supposed to marry was treating me with that much disrespect. Lisa, I'm very sorry to say this, but I just don't think I can approve of you marrying a guy like this. He just isn't good for you. I know it.
It's okay, Dad. I understand what you mean. In fact, I want you to know that I agree with you. He isn't good enough for me.
What do you mean? You agree with me? You don't want to marry Jerry anymore? Is that what you're saying?
I mean that I am really grateful for you being so angry for me over this, Dad. It really means a lot that you care so much about my future and who I'm with. I know that I've kept you and Mom waiting for me to get married for a long time now. I've been so concentrated on school and work that I've hardly had time to date. And when I finally got my first boyfriend ever, Jerry, I guess I just got so wrapped up in the excitement that I really wasn't thinking in the long term at all. But he's right. An immature boy like that really shouldn't be marrying an educated career woman such as myself. Especially not if he's going to disrespect not only me, but my parents as well as his own by pulling that kind of stunt that he did yesterday.
So then, what does that mean? Are you going to call off your engagement to him or something like that?
That's right. Or at least, I think that's what I want to do. But I also know that you and Mom have been waiting a long time for me to find someone who I want to settle down with. I just don't want to let either of you down by breaking off my engagement.
Lisa, please. You don't need to worry about your mom or I and how you choose to deal with this. What your mom and I care about is seeing you happy and healthy. That's what always should come first before anything else.
Dad, do you really mean that? I don't know what to say. That's just what I needed to hear right now.
Like you said, Jerry doesn't deserve someone as smart or accomplished as you, and we all can see that. There are plenty of other better men out there for you. You are the apple of your mom and I's eye. And we want to see you out there living the life that you want to live. Not for us, but for yourself. So don't worry about your engagement to this jerkwad Jerry. The right person will come. You just have to give it time.
Thank you so much, Dad. You really are amazing, and I'm so lucky to have parents like you and Mom. By the way, you are still going to be in town tomorrow, right? Because I was thinking that I could take the day off of work and you, Mom, and I could go and play tourist around the city. I just really want to apologize for the mess yesterday and also make sure I see more of you and Mom before you go back home.
That would be amazing. It's been so long since the three of us have gotten to go out and do something like a family. I think your mom would really love to have family day as well.
Well, then it's decided. I can go and meet you by the market near where you guys are staying. I'll pick you up first thing tomorrow, so just be ready around there and I'll think of places to take you both.
Hey, Lisa, are you there? You and I have to talk about something right now. Get back to me once you see these messages, okay? I was just wondering when we were going to have our parents meet each other since I had to cancel the last time that we were supposed to. I have some days this month that should be able to work for that to happen if this month is good for you.
What are you talking about? Why are you sending this to me, Jerry?
Well, I thought that we said that we were going to reschedule our parents' meeting, right? I was thinking that we could make another reservation at a nice restaurant for them, right? Of course, you can handle all the planning and stuff like that. But I would really like it if you could choose a steakhouse or something like that this time instead of a lame French place like you did for the last one.
Why would I do that if you're just going to cancel at the very last minute like you did last time? Why would I waste the energy and effort to plan something like that? Besides, I'm pretty sure that at this point our parents wouldn't care if they met at a buffet at this point.
Whoa, wait a second. Don't tell me that you're still all mad about the last time that we tried to get our families together, but I had to cancel at the very last minute. Come on, I told you that I wasn't able to go. I was in no state to go out to a fancy lunch or anything like that. Besides, if you're this mad all the time, you're just going to give yourself even more wrinkles, Granny. You really do need to learn to let things go. I would have thought that you would have learned that lesson at this point in your life.
Excuse me? Just what is that supposed to mean, huh? Did you really just send that message to me? I can't believe you would say those things to me.
I promise that if we do schedule another meetup that I won't drink the night before. Or at the very least, I promise not to be hungover for the meeting the next day. So anyways, could you please just hurry up and make some reservations somewhere for this month? I mean, if you don't do this, then I guess I should take it as a sign that you really don't want to marry me, and then we might just have to cancel this whole thing.
There you go again, trying to threaten me by saying that you'll cancel our engagement.
Oh, come on. Threat is such a strong word. I'm just letting you know of the alternatives that I have if you don't do what I say is all. I mean, you're the one who still hasn't woken up to where you stand in all of this. You don't really have any room to be complaining about anything. You're just an old lady who was lucky to have me marrying her, and you should be thankful that I've even stuck around this long. So, I really think you should rethink this attitude of yours that you have right now. I thought I already told you that if I heard about that dinner again, that I'd seriously have to reconsider this wedding. So if you're really okay breaking this off and me leaving you, then I guess you should just keep this up because that's where we're headed.
Oh, that's fine with me. We can call off the engagement. I don't really care anymore.
Wait, what? What do you mean? You don't know what you're saying. You really want to cancel our engagement?
Well, yeah, I mean, I just don't really think that I want to marry you anymore. I guess there's just not the spark that there once was. In fact, come to think of it, I really don't even know why it was that I wanted to marry you in the first place. But anyways, now that I don't really feel anything for you anymore, I think we should just break up.
Whoa, wait. Hold on for just one single second here. I mean, where's this coming from all of a sudden? I thought you loved me and wanted to marry me. Don't you realize how hard it's going to be to find another boyfriend after me? And that's setting aside the question of you ever finding someone else who would want to marry you.
You know, you seem awfully hung up on my age. You seem to really think that after you turn 30, your life is just all downhill and there's no hope. That's why you didn't even care that you were canceling last minute on both of our families and your fiancé. You thought that I had no other choice but to deal with your actions. But if you think that treating me that way makes me want to be married to you at all, then you are dead wrong, Jerry.
So then you're actually truthfully saying that you want to break things off with me? I don't believe this. I mean, I just don't even know what to say right now. Does the fact that you're so old and will never be able to find another person who wants to marry you not upset you? You're engaged to someone younger than you, and you're just going to walk away from that?
That's right, I am walking away from you, and there is nothing you can do about it. I wanted to marry you because I thought that we would be able to treat each other with respect. But if you're going to act like you're doing me some big favor by marrying me, then I just don't want anything to do with you.
Oh man, you have seriously got to be kidding me right now. I can't believe that I'm being talked to this way by some old grandma right now. If this is really how you want to do this thing, then let's break up. But just know that since you're breaking off the engagement, I'm going to sue you for this. Are you ready to have to pay for acting like you're better than the young man who was ready to marry an old granny like you?
Excuse me? And just why in the world do you think that I would have to pay you anything at all, huh?
Well, it is like I just said in the last message that I sent to you. Since you are the one breaking off the engagement, you're the one liable to be sued by me. And since you're older than me, I'm sure that you make way more money than I do right now. I'm thinking of asking around $50,000.
Are you kidding me right now? You think that I am going to pay you that much money for breaking off our engagement?
Well, I'm a young man and you've been wasting my youth. Do you think that was going to be cheap? Not only that, but you were having me waste my youth on an over-the-hill granny like yourself. So you need to take responsibility for your actions and reimburse me for all the years of my life. That's why you should be lucky that I'm only asking for $50,000. But I won't take a cent less.
You really are crazy if you think that this is how our breakup is going to happen. If anything, I'll be the one suing you for that $50,000 you keep talking about. After all, I know that you've been cheating on me, and that's the real reason why I don't want to marry you anymore.
Excuse me? What did you just say? You really think that I've been having an affair behind your back? Are you serious right now?
Oh, please, don't try to lie to me or cover up your tracks now, Jerry. I've seen the truth with my own eyes. I saw you walking around town with your arm around some other woman's shoulders. In fact, the day I saw you was the day that our families were supposed to meet. You really are just the worst. Do you know that?
Wait, hold on just a second there. What do you mean you saw me? Where did you see me with this other woman?
Sorry, not that day our parents were supposed to meet, but the next day. I offered to take my parents out for a day on the town to make up for you not showing up. I drove past the hotel they were staying in and saw you and this other woman walk right in the building as if you were guests. I know it was you, and you had your arm around some young-looking thing with a big grin over your face. It was so obvious what was happening.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You really did have some nerve choosing to stay in the same hotel that my parents were. But thankfully, that meant that it was that much easier to get the photo evidence that I needed. Not only that, but after you went into the hotel and after I dropped off my parents, I went back home and went through your laptop.
Wait, what? Why on earth did you do that? What is the matter with you?
Well, I found your vacation plans for you and your little girlfriend. I also know that wasn't the first night you had stayed in that hotel. You didn't even go out drinking with your boss. It was just that you and this other woman stayed up late doing who knows what. You've been seeing her behind my back for a long, long time now, haven't you, Jerry?
Wait, no, Lisa, you got this all wrong, I swear. This really isn't what it looks like.
And just why would I listen to you after you've done nothing but put me down and make me feel like a burden? You were always using my age against me and making me feel like I had no other options in life than you. I should have known that I was being foolish, but then you had the nerve to cheat on me? Well, that was the last straw for me. I finally woke up to how you were treating me and knew that you and I were done. So anyways, keep an eye out for a letter from my lawyer. That should have all the information about the lawsuit that I'm about to serve you with.
Lisa, what is the meaning of this? Are you really going to try and sue me for $60,000? This is outrageous. What happened to the $50,000?
Well, this is the number that I came to after talking to my lawyer and my parents. In fact, my dad said that I should be suing you for 10 times the amount. He was so upset with you.
10 times that? That's just crazy talk. Come on. You can't seriously expect to get this much money from me. The most I could even pay you was something like $10,000 at the absolute maximum.
And just why do you think that I would settle for such a little sum, huh?
Oh, come on. You're already into your 30s, and you really didn't think that you were going to be cheated on? I'm sorry, but if you didn't see that coming, then that's on you. You're the one who ruined this whole thing by being so old and useless, so I really don't see why I should have to pay you at all. Like I said, you are the one that should have to pay for me calling off for our engagement, for a stupid reason like me sleeping around.
Jerry, you really do know how to run your mouth, do you know that? But the law is quite clear, and I am well within my rights to be suing you for that amount.
Oh, come on. There's no way that the law says that some old hag can sue a younger fiancé for that much money just for sleeping around. You do realize that this is going to blow up in your face, don't you?
Are you sure about that? If you really want to negotiate how much your affair should cost you, that is going to have to be between you and the judge, I think.
Lisa, come on, you can't do this to me. Don't you realize that I still have my whole life ahead of me? I'm not some old person like you who wasted their whole life studying and working. I was too busy enjoying my youth to have the kind of funds saved up to pay the amount that you're going to be asking for. You have to see how ridiculous all this is, right?
You seem to be so obsessed with your own youth that you really don't think you can do any wrong. Do you now realize that being youthful also comes with the chances to make all kinds of mistakes through your inexperience? But just because you're young doesn't mean that you won't receive any punishments for the mistakes that you make. Besides, you're not a child, you're an adult, and you should have known better. But don't worry, thankfully for you, you're still young. And that means that you'll have plenty of time to waste your life working to pay off all of the debt that you're going to go into to pay for these lawsuits.
Wait, no, Lisa, please. You can't do this to me. I don't have to settle down and find a real job yet. I was going to be young forever by marrying you. You were supposed to be the adult with the job and the money, and I was going to use it all to be young forever while you stayed at home like the grandma that you are. Don't you get that you ruined my life for doing this? Doesn't that upset you at all? You're just jealous because you just wasted your youth while I revel in mine. You can't do this to me.
In the end, my lawyer sent a letter explaining all of the details of my lawsuit against him for his affair while he and I were engaged. Jerry called me and begged and pleaded with me to stop this, but I told him that my old age must have made me quite stubborn because I had no intention of showing him any mercy. Jerry had to go deep into debt to afford all of the fees that he had to pay, not just to me, but to his lawyer as well. I also owned the house where Jerry and I were living, so he was forced to move out and find a place for himself to live in. Given all the debt he was in, he had no choice but to move into a tiny little apartment. He is still working the same job, but I heard he's also picked up some side gigs to work on the weekend just to make enough to get by. I would feel bad for putting Jerry in such a tough spot, but it's like I said to him, he has his whole life to be paying off his debts. As for me, I've put in my hard work, and I can't be wasting my life with foolish boys like him. Jerry may have his youth, but he's going to be spending it all paying for the mistake he made while cheating on me. Meanwhile, I've dedicated enough of my life to working and studying. I think I'm going to take the money I got from Jerry and go do things I've always wanted to try. After all, you only live once.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.